Hello berries, welcome to another episode of Unranked Diamond, playing every single support, and we just hit plat on this account. On the last video when we played, it wasn't Vega, it was Zillion, that was it. That's what we did, Zillion. The only way I remembered that is because I thought, oh yeah, I played a caster and the video didn't do too well. What champion could that be? It's Zillion. It's yeah, Zillion is not very popular. I don't really blame you guys for not really taking a massive interest in Zillion. He's kind of a rare pick anyway in solo queue. Plus, he's an old dude that carries around lots of clogs. Anyway, I thought it'd be about time we tried out an Enchanter properly since the Spell Thief nerfs. I did say in my tier list that Sona would probably be one of those champions that wouldn't be affected too much because she does eventually go into tier and things like that, so she does have that extended mana regeneration. But for a very early part of the laning phase, it's going to be quite difficult, I think. We've lost 25% of our base mana regeneration. So yeah, the very early laning phase is going to be rough. We're going to go back and get oracles here. They're actually going to nerf, by the way, next patch. They kind of released what's going to be changed. And they're going to nerf the... There we go. The oracles start. By increasing the cooldown of oracles to 120 seconds at level 1 from 90 seconds. So it means it will have less impact. I mean, me starting oracles here isn't exactly like super ideal because I'm not going to have that much brush control anyway, but we'll see how it goes. We are up against a Sona AD carry, which is kind of weird because usually Sona doesn't want to last hit because she needs to generate souls. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not a huge fan of Sona AD carry. The Blitzcrank has Glacial Augment. And I'm just going to play really passive. I'm going to try and get my Q poke at the start here for like mana flow band and a little bit of gold, but I'm going to probably be very late towards here. It's going to be very difficult for me to harass. I didn't know what the enemy bot lane were going to take, by the way. Me and the AD carry had to pick at the same time. Quite luckily, he actually took Ezreal because Ezreal is pretty good against Blitzcrank. He can arcane shift out of the Blitzcrank hook if he does it in time. And my job here is just to basically not allow Sona to get souls, and that basically means don't let her hit me twice. If she hits me twice, then she gets to soul. And that's the power of Ezreal's arcane shift. Now, it's going to be quite mana intensive for Ezreal to do, and mana intensive. And she got a soul. Mana intensive for Blitzcrank to keep hooking like that. But if I just stand behind the Ezreal, he can shift out of it, and then that way we won't hopefully die. That's some decent harassment there onto the Blitzcrank. We got power chord Q. And the auto attack. But we're just chilling. Like, you can already see my mana's already dipped. I've only done like five Qs and a W. 4 Qs and a W. So we're just preserving our mana. Only really using yeah, that's Sona trying to get souls. That's me trying to also get a mana flow band stack so I don't fall too far behind. So Sona will occasionally get like 1 soul off me. She's only on 4 souls right now, which honestly is pretty damn low. If you're playing support Sona right now, you'd be on like 8, 9 by now. So she's going to be very late to those passive spikes. Usually you're looking at 20 souls around about that 6-minute mark. Alright, I've slowed down the Sona. Look at that slow, it's huge. And it's an easy kill. We get a little bit of extra ward money, and Wukong should have helped us push in this lane, but unfortunately he didn't. I'm doing my best here to shove this in, but Sona's not exactly the best at shoving this in. This next wave is going to be pretty bad. That next wave isn't shoved onto turret properly. I'm stunned, and there's no way out for me. This was such a crazy. Yeah, so we had no mid lane priority, and bot lane wave needed to be sorted. Yeah, I don't know, kind of frustrating. We gave away a lot of free resources. Jarvan's now 4 kills from that really trashy invade, actually. Lux tried to warn him off. So we've got our tier, which is going to help the mana regeneration a little bit. We're still going to need a Fairy Charm, I think, the next item at the very least. I should have bought a controller. That was pretty bad that I didn't. I was too busy talking to this Wukong. Blitzcrank is running low on mana. I don't want Sona to attack me. I'm just going to try and frustrate her as best as I can. By not letting her DQ auto. She's on 15 souls right now. She got a couple from that invade. Okay, that's a Hex Tech Flash. I mean, they're pretty low. I'm gonna pop heal here. Just to give the movement speed, but yeah, we nearly had enough to kill, but not quite enough. Looking pretty bad on the top side of the map right now. But I just realized I'm blocking the mini-map again, guys. I'm really sorry. I forgot to change that from the last episode as well. There you go, hopefully that's fixed. That Jarvan just ganked up top side. Sona's sticking around. I don't have wards yet to be able to cover the river. Plus my mana's also kind of going down. I need one more Q hit for mana flow band. I need 3 charges for gold. Okay, now I've got wards. Eventually, once they come through. Not quite enough, unfortunately. Sona's now 6. But our mana situation is not great down here for me or the Ezra right now. Once Ez hits 6, he'll be able to like ult wave this. I kind of want to recall. Trying to deny her. She's slowed. It's unfortunate that doesn't hit, and it looks like we're about to get ganked. I've got ulti coming up.
My music is my voice. You're doing fine.
Oh, he needed 1 mana for Arcane Shift apparently. Oh, that really does suck. Just got to get out of this turret situation. I was wondering what was going on there with the Ezreal. But yeah, he just ran out of mana. Right, we probably won't have many mana issues now. Now that we've got Frostfang, that's not great. We've got a little bit more mana regeneration from that. We've got a Fairy Charm now, and we've got the Tear. Our mana stuff shouldn't be too bad. In terms of late game, our late game is okay as long as Senna doesn't get to scale too much, but we'll have to wait about that. Blitzcrank is currently mid, he roamed to mid. Drop into Dragon. Try and get a little bit of deeper jungle wards in. I mean, that should kind of protect. Mid lane, I've run out of wards. It's all my wards dumped down now. Nah, this is dead. He's got no way out. It's a power quad W there and had the flash to Blitzcrank cook. Yeah, this is rough. He's stunned under turret. Alright, that's okay. We've got a bot lane turret there. Plate. But that was a nice little kill. It was no bounty though, but yeah, we have to go back straight away. And we need to start maxing our W. I probably could have only put 2 points in queue or even 1 point in queue. Probably didn't need to put so many points in the queue. But fortunately it's the ability that we max second at least anyway, so it's like we're going to be moving into, we were going to move into that anyway at some point. But yeah, we need to get more points in my W. The healing is just 39 healing per W and then the 40 shield, so it's kind of on the weak side right now. I mean, we're not doing great as a team, but it could be a lot worse. Senna's on 30 souls, whereas if I was playing support Senna, I'd be around about like 45, 50 right now. So she definitely isn't like as strong as a support Senna in terms of souls, but she is getting gold to buy items. Alright, yeah, we've got kind of no jungle control, no mid control. Our Aurelia is doing okay. Just healing up the Ezreal just a little bit, even if it's just for that minor amount, because I get more passive stacks. And kind of in a weird way, I'm technically potentially could get more passive stacks by not putting too many points in W because it heals less, which means I'm less likely to be on full HP the Ez. Gonna have to worry about another gank soon, I think. Jarvan's mid, it's okay. Just cover our behind there just in case there's a weird Syndra path thing or something. There's no like Blitzcrank wards down here. Missing Jarvan. We're gonna have to just play a little bit defensively. There's no turret plates to go for. We might as well just recoil while they're finishing off killing this wave. We can get back into lane relatively quickly.
Which arrangement suits the mood? An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah, I forgot Ezra had TP. Wukong's coming down and they don't have wards. They could actually get something here. I'm trying to get there. I have heal. Oh, he's done a good bait there. It should be enough to kill the Sona. Okay. Blitzcrank did die. I got power cord slow. Currently tanking turret. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but a lot of stuff's going down mid right now. Like there's a herald and stuff being used. Oh, what? That clipped me? Ez might not have enough damage. Oh no! Oh! Well played. Good job. Yeah, we managed to juke a lot of the job and stuff. It's a shame we got hit by the Senna ulti though. And that's a little shutdown for Ez. Ez will actually kind of be pretty strong, I think. It really is very overextended mid, considering that there's no tier 1 turret to protect her. It's not looking like the most fantastic game. I think in terms of like the Spell Thief's nerfs, I definitely felt like, you know, obviously it took slightly longer to get wards. The mana regeneration early, we had to be very, you know, preserve a lot of our mana, but on the whole, I think Sona's fine if that's something that you wish to play. It's just this game's just kind of wild in terms of all the kind of things happening right now. As a dragon number 2. If you can grab that, that's going to stop a lot of the snowballing that's been going on right now this game. Also, it means we get to scale a little bit more with Sona. I think Sona here is probably the highest scaling champion. I mean, you could maybe claim that Senna is, but she'll never hit to like that stage, I don't think. Right, we've got bounties now on these turrets. I know they're falling, sorry. I've got no flash, so they might look for something here onto me. One more level for max heal, and then one more level after that for level 2 ulti. Getting pretty close to Moonstone, and then we're going to go into Seraphs. But yeah, I mean, they're overextending mid lane a lot in order to farm the wave when they should just wait for it to bounce back in, I think. Nice. Ezra is on the center at the moment. I think maybe we could have got something going there. Ezra didn't have his ulti. I would have ulted the center if Ez had ulti still. Alright, Ez can get quick blades and I can get my moons. Well, he can get quick blade after this wave, I think. Yeah, it's a kind of minion wave. He should have enough gold.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Didn't quite have enough. Alright, oh no. get this turret. I mean, Jarvan's top side. Use power core W on the Malphite. I was trying to wait for another power chord, but on the W, but I think we needed the healing in a little bit earlier. Because I had one chord charge, and I kind of wanted to do like E then W, just to get the power chord W charge, but needed to get the shield and healing first. Alright, we've got Moonstone, we've got 85 passive stacks, we're doing pretty well. Yeah, this is winnable for sure. Ezra's and 2 items. Also, just kind of realized that maybe me and Ez should have maybe been mid sooner. Actually, maybe that would have helped some of the mid lane issues. Uh-oh. So Jarvan there. So a little bit of cleaning up the rift. I've got a flash from Malphite's ulti. It's gonna be tricky. Got a couple of wards in the middle of the lane to kind of see where the enemy are rotating to. Lux's damage probably won't be there for quite some time. She's going Zhonya's second item, so yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. There's like a Malphite ulti and Jarvan running onto her face that she kind of needs to be worried about. Nice. Just clearing out the wards. There's a Malphite potentially coming behind us right now. No. Malphite's tanking turret a little bit there, but... Oh... We're focusing on a little bit too many resources in the bot lane. They killed Jarvan, Wukong's alive. If they're quick, they could maybe get the dragon. They don't have Malphite ulti or Sona ulti. They're coming for it, but Aurelia's taking too long. She greeded for one extra wave. Lux TP'd. Ezra also has TP. Okay, our team can actually get there quite quickly, and it'd be the Drake number 2 for us. Response to the game isn't anything too crazy, but it just slows down the game again. But yeah, and Ez just kind of was a little bit slow to react to the Malphite there. Maybe I could have flashed the Malphite ulti, but that's not really what I died from, was it? I was just overextended a little bit still. I'm by myself. Lux. Yeah, I was gonna say Lux's ulti. You should better get this turret though. Enemy popped Herald down mid. It's like a panic Herald. We've got to try and deal with it. $99 stacks out of 120 on Sona. So if you don't know, Sona's passive. Every time you like land Q, you heal allies, you shield allies, or like use the shield to block damage. You get passive stacks, and the passive stacks reduce the cooldown of your Q, W, and E. And if you max it out at 120, then you get alt cooldown reduction every time you use your Q, W, E. Holy mother of God, that was nearly terrible from me. Yeah, they're trying to prep out a Baron here. Nah, I'm dead. That Malphite flank was really good. Malphite ulti, Sona ulti. If they can kill Malphite here, that would be huge. We lost Ezreal. Aurelia is just pushing in. She hasn't recalled. She's trying to backdoor right now. That Malphite flank was really good. Malphite TP. We're gonna lose inhib from that. That's so annoying. We just need Aurelia to work with us. We don't need to have the backdoor because she doesn't have TP, so she can't utilize it that well. Didn't have flash either to get away from that. Blitzcrank's gonna be here in a second to kind of try and ruin my day, I guess. Oh no, that's such a shame that Ez ulti missed. Can we keep chasing this? Why am I the one in the front? Where's the Wukong? My mid lane is getting pushed in. Aurelia's up in 8 seconds though. She'll have to be the one to deal with it, but I'm not hugely fond of my position here, and they're kind of waiting for Malphite ulti to come back up, I think. Alright, well they didn't get Baron, but we just lost Lux. This is now going to be a really bad fight. Yeah. I've got ulti coming up again soon. But this might be it. I'm out of mana completely. This is probably the game. It's a shame, I mean, here. Okay, Jarvan was trying to interrupt recalls. I'm surprised he didn't interrupt me there, though. Holy. Yeah, I mean, the Syndra's on 13 kills. She blew up the Lux, she just blew up the Ezreal, and she just blew up me. Syndra does die. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, enemy team just about held their lead. I think the Aurelia shouldn't have been trying to split push, especially when she didn't have TP. If she had TP, I think you could probably warrant it a little bit to actually get back into the fight. Yeah, that Malphite flank was really good. That kind of made us lose the inhib. The fight after that looked a bit more promising, but it just... I think at that point, we just had this slight diff. It's just a slight, like, gold diff, mainly. I think we played bot lane very well. I don't think that bot lane got much at all. Like, when Jarvan came down, he didn't really generally get that much either. I think Ezreal's KDA is kind of unfair, like 2-6. I think he generally played, like, quite well. There were times when we nearly killed them down in the bot lane as well in the 2v2. I think the main problem, I think, overall, from what I could see from my half of the map, was that Wukong invade. After he ganked bot lane, he then went straight into the enemy blue buff. But the wave management on the bot lane needed to be either we don't hit the wave and let it kind of like push into us. But then the downside is if we do that, right? So if we let the wave slow push towards our turret and we go help him in the jungle, and then we can have to come back into lane, it means that we're going to be shoved in with the enemy bot lane being able to go back and fully heal and buy, and then God knows what resources we would have to use into the enemy jungle to maybe secure a blue buff, steal an enemy blue buff, when the Jarvan is already fed anyway. I think at that point he already had 2 kills. So it was like, that move was A, risky anyway, but then B, like the safer move would have been just to Wukong leached some of the CS and XP in the bot side by pushing in the wave. That would mean that me and Azrael could recall quicker. It would mean that the enemy bot lane would lose CS and gold. It would mean that me and Azrael would be able to meet up in the 2v2 pretty much at the same time when they get back as well. An even footing, and then the Wukong could then recall himself after that and then do some more jungle clearing on his side of the map or whatever. But like, I think invading was 100% like the worst case there. Lux also says she didn't have mid priority either, so when you don't have mid priority you can't really invade either, because otherwise you're going to be that mid laner down. That mid laner is generally going to be stronger than like an AD carry at that stage in the game, because like they should be around about 6 or very close to hitting 6, the enemy mid laner, and our AD carry, our bot lane, aren't going to be remotely close to hitting 6, so you're going to have an ultimate difference there too. So it was just very bad decision making from Wukong, honestly, in terms of macro, to greedily invade the enemy jungle, especially when like their jungle was fed already. Like if their jungle was maybe like 0-3 and that the Wukong could very comfortably beat the Jarvan in a 1v1, then it potentially would have been less risky, but like there still would have been that risk value there. And after making such a good play bot side, greeding for more, when like respawn timers at that point are really low anyway, Blitzcrank will be able to come out. They will have home guards as well coming out of base, so that jungle invade would have to happen like super quickly as well, and it was just asking too much. So yeah, I don't know what that game would have been like if it was just slowed down even more and safer. I think we probably would have, if everything else stayed the same but the enemy team like had less gold and a bit less XP from that, I think we probably would have had the slight edge there. I think overall that game felt relatively close until the full engage. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll do another support video for tomorrow. Bye guys.